evening, Commandos. How are you guys doing? Rooster here, and it's time for another Tuesday. How cool is that? So, sorry, I think you might hear my heater in the background. It is kind of chilly out here. I mean, it's not terrible, but, you know, it's chilly enough that, you know, heater. Sorry about that, guys. So tonight I was trying to figure out, hey, you know, what should I talk about? Because we said we didn't want to do, you know, board game reviews. We didn't want to do unboxings, you know. And I didn't want to immediately fall back into that. So what I decided to do tonight was I'm going to show you guys a little bit of introduction to one of my newest hobbies. Now, I think Newton's going to hop up here. There he is. We're going to get him out of here. Now, one of my newest hobbies is Gunpla. For those of you unfamiliar, Gunpla is Gundam Play. It's, you know, just you get a Gundam model kit. I have right here one of my favorite Gundams, the Heavy Arms Custom from Gundam Wing Endless Waltz, piloted by Troy Barton. It is a pretty cool little piece. It's probably at least 10 years old at this point. I mean, Endless Waltz like 20 years old, so this kit could be up to 20 years old at this point. I'm not 100% on that. This is what's called an HG or a high-grade kit. Now, when you're looking at Gunpla, there are usually a couple different grades. There's chibi, which are just like, they're deformed. They don't really matter. Like, they're not any type of, like, you know, size or scale or anything like that. They're just kind of, they're fun, they're goofy, and that's kind of what, like, the other Gundams are. I think that's SD. HG and MG are high grade and master grade. That's the grade that I hang out in. Now, there's grades above that, which are just, like, amazing and premium, and I can't do those yet. They take a lot more time. There's a lot more small pieces. There's a lot more just intricate details that I'm nowhere near yet. I've only done a couple Gundam kits so far. I've done a couple of the chibi models. I've done a high grade kit, and I'm really excited to do this one. So we're not going to do the full video, the full Gundam kit tonight, just because if I did that, it would take forever. And as cool as it would be, I don't have a good way to show that just yet. But I'm kind of working on a way that maybe we could do that or live stream it. But yeah, so supposedly once this is built, it'll be 1/100th the size of what the Heavy Arms Custom would look like. So he's got a whole bunch of Gatling guns. He's this beautiful kind of turquoise color. I think he's freaking awesome. He's one of my favorite Gundams, like I said. So it's my favorite Gundam is Heavy Arms Base, which is a little bit different. It's a kit I don't currently have. I still have to pick it up. There are some new Gundam Wing kits coming out, and I think Heavy Arms is going to be part of that line, so I'm waiting for that. And if they make a new line of this, I'll probably pick that up too. And I'll talk about it a little bit later too, one of the things with especially these older kits, there is a lot of detail work that you get to go into with them, which is really nice. So they're kind of bigger pieces, but there's a lot of work you can do and a lot of practice I can get doing a kit like this. One of the things that you're always going to need when you do these Gundam kits is a little clipper. So this is a sprue cutter. I got this because I have the Army Painter Metal and Resin War Game Assembly Set. So I know it says metal and resin, but you can use these guys for plastic as well. It also comes with super glue, which is cool, and a file. Now the glue I'm not using for this. I use the glue for other mini models. You know, I've got a couple from Bombshell that I've been working on, and painting, which is something else I want to talk about later. But you're going to need these because when you get inside the Gundam kits, and there's a perfect example I'm going to be able to give in this because it comes with a Troy Barton. You're going to see the kit like this. Usually it's going to come across in, you know, 4 or 5 different sprue sets. So it's just these big plastic things with a whole bunch of pieces to it. And then you're going to get instructions. Now, don't worry, instructions aren't bad. They're all in Japanese. Oh no! Usually there's some English to them, and even if not, there are pictures, and it's just following the pictures on how to put these together. So, like step 1 right here. I don't need to be able to speak Japanese to know that I'm taking, you know, piece B26, B25, and I'm adding, you know, some of the ball joints. So it's not too bad, I promise. If I can do it, anyone can do it. And then usually the back of these will have a color guide. Again, I can't translate Japanese, but A, I can match color swatches, and B, if I need to, I can plug it into, I can find them on Google. Usually people translate these really effectively and really well. You can find that on the internet, so it's pretty cool. They give you a little bit of specs, you know, it's like, you know, pilot, Troy Barton, height 16.7 meters, you know, weight 8.2 tons, kind of the generator output, just some of the cool little pieces like that. Like I said, this would be a fully finished and painted version. I believe. You can tell that it's painted because, especially if you look at, you know, you can see it on the front, You see on the white legs, you see all of those panel lines. Now, when I talk about panel lining and you can paint them, one of the things you will want as well is you're going to want some sort of Gundam marker kit. Again, you can find these online, eBay, Amazon. They're easy to find. They come with usually all the colors. There's a couple different types. You can get metallic, you can get base colors. This is kind of the base color metallic ones. So it's going to give me all the basic Gundam color kits. And then this last one at the end, this little marker, that's going to be a panel liner. So what I'm going to be able to do with that is whenever I finish this guy up, I paint up the legs so they're white, they're gorgeous looking. I can go in, I can do the intricate detailing with the panel marker. With the rest of these, what you'll have to do is, because these are actual paint markers. Now, you make a cool noise, pop the cap off. Now when I say these are paint markers, I mean these are actual chisel tip paint markers. Now you see I haven't used the green yet. Usually you use the green for like eyes, things like that. What you're going to do then is you're going to take this and you're going to kind of milk it. So you can milk it. I mean, you can go straight to the Gundam if you want. What I prefer to do with these kind of guys is I like to milk them. So you'll put it on whatever surface you're going to, whatever your palette is, and you're just going to kind of milk it until you get a little bit. Then you can take one of your fine brushes, which I don't have out right now, but you can take one of those out and you can paint your Gundam however you need to. Like I said, green, you're usually going to see those for the eyes. Red, you might have some cool laser dots, things like that. Like there's a dot on the very crown of this Gundam, which they'll give you stickers for it. But honestly, I find the stickers to be a fucking nuisance. I'm not a fan of the stickers that Gundam kits give you. If I can find them, there they are. So like they're small, they're kind of details, and these ones are honestly a little bland. You can't see them as well through the packaging, but I find these ones to be a little bit bland. Now, like I said, one of the things you're going to be doing with these guys is I'm going to take out the Troa kit, because this kit comes with a little model of the pilot, which is Troa Martin. I don't know why, but it comes with them, so it's actually really perfect for what we're going to do tonight. So this is a basic sprue kit. Now you'll see these are all plastic snapped together, so I don't need glue for that. And really, if you use glue, it might hurt your Gundam kit because they're very articulatable. So you can tend to move the arms. If you get real detailed ones, you can move the finger joints. I don't do those because, like I said, those are really hard. So you're going to have this Troa right here. He's bland. We'll probably paint him up sometime. But what you would do, now whenever you're going to use the snips, and I'll get a little closer so you guys can see this, is you want to get this flat edge. So you're going to see there's two different edges to your snips. There's a flat edge right here, and then there's this like inner edge. So you're going to take this flat edge, you're going to put it against your model, and I'll get close so you guys can see. You're going to put it against him, you're going to clip. And then you'll do that a couple more times just to get the piece free. Don't force it. You really don't want to force it. Now, if you have a little bit of plastic left over, which I have just a smidge right there on his shoulder, if you can see it, there's a little burr. That's what the file comes in handy for. Now, you can get files of all kinds of different grain, all kinds of different textures. Again, I'm just starting, so I use the Army Painter file, and I'll just file that down. Now, what that excess plastic is called is flash. So you just file that down ever so softly till it's gone. It's not gone yet. Now, you file it down because it'll make the model look better in the end. If you just want to call it a day, you could honestly just put it together, paint it, and call it a day. Me, I want my models to look a little bit better than that. Plus, I know I can do better than that. So not only am I doing this model, and am I building it, it feels a little bit like it's me versus the model. Like, there we go. And if you ever want to enter these in competition, you don't want to have flash. That's going to not look good for you. So you see I got rid of all that flash on his shoulder. So, and then there's one more piece right here. This is piece 2. That's because Tro's kind of got one of those anime like hair things. Kind of, the emo swoop. So again, we're going to take that flat part, put it against my model. Snip. Now be careful. These things are sharp. And I've caught myself a couple times now and it hurts like hell. And we're going to go snip. Now there's just a little bit of flash. I'm going to drop it. So this is done. When you're done with them, try to recycle them because, I mean, it's a waste of fucking plastic if you don't. I mean, if you're not into recycling, I guess, that's all on you. I recycle, so at least as best as possible. So I'm going to grind that down a little bit, make his hair not too, don't want it to be too spiky, right? And this is the exciting part where you're just like watching me like, what's he doing? I am grinding down. Now, I'm done with that piece. Now, for some reason, between his legs, he's got little shackles. So we'll just free him up there. Who knows what Tro has been doing in his free time, right? Ooh, that one came off rough. You can actually get a little bit more with the snips. Now again, like I said, you don't want to dig with these because you don't want to hurt your model. The bigger pieces, you can probably salvage it. Usually it's connected to like shoulders, things like that. But some of the smaller, intricate pieces, you've got to be very careful. If you're not sure, don't cut. Always cut when you're sure. Like, that is one of the most crucial things I can tell you if you're just getting into this hobby. Because if you cut off a piece that you need to connect your Gundam, you are boned. Let's see if I've got... Yeah, I don't have it because it's in here. I'm not going to open that bad boy up, but you got to be careful. So then, like I said, one of the really nice things about these kits are they just snap together. There's a little hole there, and then it'll snap onto Troa's head there. And we'll just snip. Follow down just a little bit more flash. And boom. We have Tro Barton. Ta-da! Yay, Tro Barton! Again, that's my favorite pilot, so I'm like, yeah, Troa! And that's pretty simple. That's basically how you do Gunpla. What you can do then, later, I'll probably go in a video about how to paint, you know, how you prep everything, you prime it, because he's not primed, so we would have to prime him up. Nothing too serious. And yeah, man, but it's easy enough. You can get these Gundam model kits anywhere from $10 to $15, all the way up to you can spend a crap load of money on these. So you could spend easily $100, $120 on a Gundam model kit, depending on what type and what level you want to get. I'd recommend starting easy. Some people start with chibis. I'm not as big a fan of starting with the chibis. I'd rather start with I think that the regular high grade Gundams look really cool. So if you get the high grade, they're not going to be deformed. They're going to look really nice, and I think they look good on a shelf. So that's my recommendation. I've got about 8 in my queue right now. I'm going to finish with, I've got a master grade Tall Geese that I'm really excited for. Another one from Gundam Wing. A lot of my Gundam kits are from Gundam Wing because that's what that's the Gundam series that I really love. Gundam Wing and Mobile Fighter G Gundam. So if you're into Gundam, definitely check out Gunpla. If you're not into Gundam, well, there is a crap load of robot mecha anime out there that I promise you could find one that you probably enjoy. Another recommendation for me is always Out Noah Zero. They don't have a lot of kits for that one, unfortunately, but it's a great one to watch. But yeah, so if you're not doing anything else on a Friday night, this is one of my hobbies. This is one of the things I love to do. So thank you guys so much for checking this out. When this video goes up, you'll still have a chance to win a copy of Bone. All you have to do is give us a review either on our YouTube, our Facebook, or our iTunes page. It doesn't have to be a good review. If you don't like what we're doing, let me know, because that's the only way this is going to get better. Check out our podcast, Caw of the Crow, on iTunes. It's pretty great, or you can find it on rss.com. Again, I'm very biased, but I think it's pretty cool. You can check us out on Facebook at Crowing Commandos. We're always posting little tidbits, trinkets, odd things. Just, about what we're doing with our lives, what kind of geeky fun crap we're finding out there. And yeah, with that, guys, thank you so much for watching this. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys on Thursday with the next video. Have a good one, guys. Rooster, signing out.